All right. Messages for Scorpio for the month of June. What are some important messages for Scorpio? Okay, we have two cards that came out. We have the let me put this over here so you guys can see better. We have the Five of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Interesting. So Scorpio, I have to be honest with you. It seems like you have to be careful of some conflict for this month. Um, I'm sensing there's someone here that is plotting to do something behind your back with that Five of Swords. Um, and it's like it's not really for your benefit, it's for their benefit. I'm sensing this is someone that might like either cause a conflict with you and they're just picking the right time to do it, or they're planning to like backstab you. You see this guy, he's like looking at this other dude who has his back turned and he's gathering swords. But like right now, I think like they're at this point where like they're trying to get as much as they can without you noticing. So it's like very self-serving in some way, but like it's something that's going on behind your back, right? And then you got the Eight of Wands coming in, that's in reverse, right? And so what this is like telling me is that you're going to be very frustrated over what's going to come. There's probably some delays that might be happening here. There's also a chance that there might be some miscommunication. I think like for those of you, this could be like, don't force the message, but like if it resonates, my advice here so far is like you probably have to be very careful with some of the people around you. Like you're gonna be very frustrated. Like they're gonna try to like prevent you from proceeding with some goals, or there's might be some setbacks because of this conflict that's being caused by someone who's not really looking out for you. They're just looking out for themselves. See ya, Ada. Stay safe. Let's pull out more cards though. Okay, so I'm gonna just move this over here. Tell me more for Scorpio. Can we get more for Scorpio, please? Tell me more for Scorpio for June. Let's see, this one's sticking out. Okay, we got a Tower card coming in, but it's in reverse. Move this over here. Tower in reverse, King of Swords, Knight of Wands. Tell me more for Scorpio, please. Is your hand okay? Yeah, the bruise that was here, you see it's like slowly gone. I still have some cuts here that's scabbing, but I have a band-aid with like lidocaine, and I just put this here for pressure so it doesn't hurt. But I'm good. Thanks for checking in. I'm just doing one zodiac sign at a time because I can't keep my foot down for too long. Okay, we're getting some wands coming into your reading, Scorpio. Tell me more, please, for Scorpio. Tell me more. Zoom in a little bit. It's better, right? Chariot. Tell me more. Okay. Let's read this. Let me just fix this. Sorry, guys. It's like bothering me. But yeah. So we got the Chariot that came in, and then we got the Seven of Wands, and then the Page of Cups right here, right? Let me fix this. This is probably better like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna see here for you, Scorpio, there's gonna be a period in this month where you feel like you're kind of like confined and trapped in something. Like So the tower is like when it's upright, it talks about a very important situation that occurs that shakes you to your core. Like it's gonna be very impactful. But because it's in reverse here, I see that like it's not quite happened yet. Like basically when things happen, like something that impacts us, it's usually like an ending of some sort that results into like transitioning into something like beginning, but it's like a big incident. It's not just like, oh, something just ended, that's it. Like, no, this is something that shakes you to your core. And so, but because it's in reverse, it's showing me that you're not really making progress with like this cycle, this period in this in your life. Because you're kind of like stuck in this issue. Very, you feel like imprisoned, like you feel confined, you're not in a good place with this situation involving someone who is plotting against you and is trying to delay you. And this could involve someone with the King of Swords, someone who is very like blunt. They might have a power or position, but this is somebody who's very blunt. They're very articulate and they're very precise. They're very firm with their boundaries. They don't play games. This is not someone you joke around with. This is someone who's very serious and stern. And what I'm getting here, you have the Knight of Wands coming in, and then the Ace of Wands in reverse, right? So I think like Scorpio, you're definitely stressed out with the situation. This can involve work. This can involve a family relative that is not letting you proceed, or move like on to the next thing. Like you're kind of like trapped in a situation with someone who's very selfish, but also very like firm. I'm getting like someone who might also be like somewhat narcissistic. Like it has to be their way. Um, and they're not looking like they're not very considerate. And I'm getting this feeling that like I'm not sure if this is you or someone else, but the Knight of Wands is coming in. This is very strong fire energy. Someone who has a lot of energy, that's very adventurous and has like passion, like is like charging in. And like I'm not sure if this is you or this is someone of interest to you or like another person that might fit that description. This is someone who's very reliable, that is a like can-do personality. And they just have so much warmth to them and they kind of charge in. I'm not This could also be someone you know who's a fire sign. Like maybe you have like a crush with this person because you got the Ace of Wands coming in, and this is usually like a phallic card, but it's in reverse. So it's not really like anything happening yet with this person, and like it's not really moving anywhere. But like this is someone that like I'm getting that you really like admire or you feel very much like motivated by. There's definitely some delays because of like some misunderstanding that might occurred here, and I'm getting you're feeling like down. Like you're not able to like get out of this situation, but there's also no progress with this situation with this person, you know? So I think that there are definitely some things going on here where you just feel really like stuck, you know? But like it's not as bad as the situation where you're dealing with a firm person. You're like this is someone who's very adventurous and brings a lot of like adventure and passion in your day and really uplifts you. I think like I'm sensing like a lot of desire here where you're just like I wish that I could, you know, kind of like progress with this person. Like not necessarily a relationship, like even if it's just like, you know, a little like love and physical contact, that would be nice. Um But also, I'm looking at it as like you're dealing with this shit with work, but you could also be dealing with this with your love life. But another thing I'm seeing here is that maybe it's all connected as one message, where like maybe someone is like this could be work or a family, and this could be you, where you're like, you know, regardless of the circumstances of feeling trapped, you come off very like passionate and you're very like eager to do things. You get shit done. You have a lot of high energy, high vibration, and you're charging in. It's just that like you're just really depressed because there's a lot of delays, and you don't really feel like you're progressing despite your energy, you know. So like these are the two things that's coming out to me and how I'm interpreting this message. Then you have the Chariot coming in. A lot of like air energy coming in here. This is also like Cancer. I'm not sure if you know a Cancer, but the Chariot is coming in, meaning to say like someone here is going to be more assertive, more determined, like, and they're going to be charging in, but they're like someone with a lot of like balanced neutral energy, right? Someone who can like come in and make balance of the situation. And I'm sensing with the page of cups, this is not like, this is someone who is also very like intuitive and focused, like, and I think they're also coming in because this came in a weird way. That's why I have it down like this seven of wands. I'm getting that somebody assertive is trying to come in and help you in some way. Someone who is very intuitive, very focused. They're helping you with like a challenge you're dealing with or you're struggling with, for sure. I think that there is a challenge here that involves like help, right? You're getting help from someone. I'm not sure if you know any cancers, but they might be giving you some advice too, involving the situation that you feel challenged in, because you're going to be dealing with a lot of competition or struggle. And I'm getting that like whoever this person is, they kind of got your back. The way I'm seeing the way the cards came out is like this card came out behind this person, and this is like also giving like someone like, or maybe you have like friends that are giving you advice that are supporting you in this challenge that you're dealing with, where you feel kind of stuck in. So it's very interesting. Let me pull out some hidden messages for you, okay? What's some hidden messages for Scorpio? What are some hidden messages for Scorpio, please? Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming in with the Three of Swords. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And then the Queen of Swords. And then we got the Lovers, Judgment, Six of Swords. And then we got the Five of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Empress. Okay, let me go ahead and read this for you, Scorpio, so that like we could understand what's to come that you won't really know about. These are like hidden things that are happening. Okay, this is better. Okay, let's start off over here. So we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's definitely talking about you hustling. I'm like, I see you like hustling a lot, and there's a lot of reflection regarding your self-worth. I think there's a part of you that's also kind of contemplating like your certain living situation, whether or not like, you know, are you able to afford the things that you're like doing, or this like the rent or like the bills, like are you living beyond your means? And it's just like, I think you're trying to cut corners in saving money, but also I feel like you're reassessing whether or not like you should change your living circumstances or work harder and make more money. Like there's a lot of self like worth reflection here that's going down. And then you got the Three of Swords in reverse coming in, right? And this is talking about a lot of like, you know, negative things that are happening that you are reflecting on. I think you're also like trying to be optimistic, but also like releasing a lot of pain from a certain situation. Yeah, I see you kind of also trying hard to move on from something from the past. I don't know if this is like resonating with you, Scorpio, but I'm getting like there's gonna be a period where like you're gonna start looking at your self-worth, and then you're probably gonna look back at your past and compare like old relationships. It's like it goes really deep. This self-worth talk goes from like finances and living situation and work to then like thinking about like your past relationships and such and how they didn't really work out. And then I think it stems deeper to like certain things that like you take like ownership on, like things that like you feel like, like maybe you did something bad or maybe the other person did something bad. Like, but I'm getting the vibe that like this is you being more like straightforward and letting go of things, which is very hard for a Scorpio to do. Scorpios, like I said before, like you guys are very much like very sensitive. You're very like you guys want to know what the secrets are of others because you want to know if you could trust this person with you. And it's like it takes a lot for you to actually trust someone and share yourself. And if it's like part of yourself being shared, like you'll take it to the grave if they like betray you. So like I feel like a lot of Scorpios have a hard time letting go of things. And I think like there's some self-reflection here where you might self-reflect on certain things that you're having a hard time letting go of, because it's also kind of like it comes into this motion where you start really self-reflecting on your life. And with the Wheel of Fortune that's coming in, so the Wheel of Fortune, you guys have to understand, for some of you guys that are new, whenever you see the Wheel of Fortune come out in your reading, there's several things going on here. One, it talks about destiny to some extent. It's like you're being taught a lesson from the universe, right? But this is all karmic cycle, right? Meaning to say, like, it could also be unfinished business from a past life that you're also continuing on into this life. Or maybe this is like a lesson from this lifetime that will keep repeating itself until you learn your lesson and is able to break the cycle. So whenever this Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's talking about something repeating itself. And there's a lot of highs and lows of this cycle that you're dealing with. Maybe this is a certain habit of yours that you see is happening in past relationships, like that keeps like it's always the same kind of like cycle of events that happens, and like you haven't really like learned the lesson and you keep like falling into that same cycle. Or maybe like this is a certain situation that really does like come into play, like this is a lesson overall. Like to break the lesson you have to like sit down and do things differently, otherwise it's going to keep repeating itself. Okay. And now you have the Queen of Swords in reverse coming in, and that's telling me like someone here, since it's in reverse, someone here is overly emotional. Okay. It could be someone that is easily influenced, might have a bitchy attitude. It can be cold-hearted. I'm sensing someone being very bitter. So like I don't know if like this is a cycle in which like you're always dealing with someone who's a little bit more bitter and overly emotional. Maybe you have like some empathy for those types of people, but that and are like easily influenced. Like I feel like this is something that's going to keep happening, of like dealing with someone who's kind of like cold and gives you an attitude, right? And so with the Lover that comes in, the Lover's card, right? Oh, no, this is not the Lovers. This is the Two of Cups. Sorry. The Two of Cups card comes out, right? And the Two of Cups talks about, like, it could be, like, it could also be indicating, like, like a significant other. Or it can involve someone, you and another person in particular. This could be someone that, like, is, like, a complete stranger. Like, this could be you and a coworker. This could be you and a crush. This could be you and a family relative. It's talking about specifically two people, right? So with the two people that's coming up in your reading, you and another person, you got the Judgment card coming in. Now, this is telling me that you're going to be entering a phase with someone in particular that is helping you understand things better. Like, you're going to be self-reflecting, and there's, of course, judgment, of course. But, like, there's also, like, an awakening of some sort between you and another person. Like, I feel like this is a new connection coming in for you. You and another person in particular. I'm not sure if this is someone of a romantic interest. It could be. But it can also be, like, a friend. Just letting you know that. Like, it's not just unified to one person in a sense where it's, like, it's love straight off the bat. But, like, I'm sensing, like, there's a new connection coming in. And this is someone that's gonna, like, help you, like, transition into something where you have more awareness. Like, a awakening transition, you could say. Like, this person is not just anyone. This is someone that's supposed to help you understand things a bit better. Maybe they're very insightful. Then you have like down here, let me move this up a bit. Then you have the Six of Swords and then the Five of Wands, right? This is talking about a personal transition, which is interesting because that did come up in this part. Like this is talking about you going through a personal transition, but like I don't know if you're ready to move on. There's some indication here that you might be resisting some changes in your life as well, because you have unfinished business, and like there's some emotional baggage there that needs to be addressed. Especially with the Five of Swords, I mean the Five of Wands coming in. This is talking about a lot of conflict and disagreements and tension. I'm guessing like a part of you has like some unfinished business that involves conflict, and you're not able to move on entirely until this is addressed. I'm also seeing the Hierophant and the Empress coming here. So, Scorpio, like, I get it. Like, it's hard for you to let go of shit. But, like, the Hierophant is telling me, like, you really are loyal to this situation that you're not, able to let go of. Like, this is a conflict between you and another person that's like got you stuck in a cycle, got you questioning your self-worth. And it's just like there's a lot of unfinished business you have. You have a lot of tension. And it's like it's kind of hard for you to move on to someone new because like there's still this like loyalty you have to the situation that's showing up with this Hierophant. Was this someone that you thought that you were gonna like be endgame with? Very interesting. And then we have the Empress coming in here. I'm getting this is you. Like you're someone who's very nurturing. You're someone that's very abundant. You have a lot of feminine energy. And for those Scorpios who are watching that are like, a male, like this can also indicate you have a very heavy nurturing energy. You have a lot of like abundance. Maybe you're making really good money, and like maybe when you make your money, you don't actually spend it on you. You spend it on others. So it's very interesting to me. I like this is very like interesting because it's like I'm guessing others might see this about you that you are very loyal, but you're also very abundant and nurturing. And it's just like you have a lot of good accomplishments that come your way, and it's just like you're totally capable of growth. But like the rest of your reading, it shows me people know that and they're trying to stop you from growing and moving forward. Let's pull out some advice. And this time, I think I'm going to pull out advice from a new deck. This is a deck that I recently got and has a lot of descriptions. Let's get some advice for Scorpio, please, for month of June. Okay. Advice for Scorpio, please. Temperance is coming up right. Ooh. We have the, what's that? Seven of Pentacles upright. We got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. We got the King of Pentacles. You know why? Because it's like, it's on the cards. It's not necessarily on the table. The table has more like grip. It's like sliding because of the cards. All right. Tell me more. More advice for Scorpio for June. And then we got the Ace of Wands coming out again in reverse. Got the Six of Wands. Woo! Four of Pentacles. And then, what is that? That's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's read this. So, similar to my other deck, there is a little bit of a description here. Now, I'll try to read it, but I'll summarize it and just let you guys know, like, the overall interpretation that I'm getting from these cards that are coming out for your advice. Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to read the description. I can always show you right here, and you can see. But basically, we got the Temperance card, right? So it's mostly about a card that talks about balance and patience being like the most important factors. Some keywords here is like patience, talking about like harmony, being healing, finding the middle ground, and just being very moderate with some of the things that's going on with you. So let things happen very like naturally. Oh shit. And then you have here the Seven of Pentacles, right? So with the Seven of Pentacles, it's talking about like when you like basically when someone plants the seeds and they want to see something grow, but like it's like taking a while, or they're not like prospering the way that they hoped. So some keywords here I'm getting is like investment, long-term vision, hard work, progress, and perseverance. So, you know, like I'm getting here so far, like you are being advised to come in more naturally and more balanced, and to be more like patient and hang in there, like hang in there for the long-term investment. Oh shoot, sorry. And then we have the two of Pentacles coming in, but it's in reverse. So with this, I'm getting that like there's a lot of chaos that's happening here. And I don't know if this is actual chaos, but like I like around you, but I'm getting that you're feeling very overwhelmed with the circumstances, and you feel like there's an imbalance here that's making you feel like, you know, you're being neglected to some extent. And you're having a hard time focusing. You're having a hard time focusing, but I'm getting the King of Pentacles coming here. So, Scorpio, I think like you might be feeling overwhelmed, but like reality is like when push comes to like shove, like you're definitely someone who has like a lot of like potential being a leader in your respective background. Okay, like you're very generous, you're very stable, and that's some like really good factors here that's gonna help you like grow. It also shows me that like you built something strong, right? And it's like you built something strong, but like you're not just like doing it for yourself. You're there to like help others, and like you're there to share your wisdom. You lead with a lot of integrity, and like you inspire by example. And I think what's important here is that like you always remember that like when you do these things, you do come off as a leader, and no one can take that from you. That's very hard to like have that quality to possess. And this is something that like a lot of people respect you with. So it's like despite like your inner chaos in your head, like a lot of people actually respect this quality about you. And I don't think you know that, but it's like it's one of like your superpowers, you could say, in terms of like, you know, your own mental health. Because like in your hidden factors, there was a lot of negative self-reflection. And I think like if you do go through that period in this period of this month, and this could be happening now, this could be happening later this month, but if there's a period where you're like kind of like having like negative self-talk, like give yourself like some good talk too. Like you are someone who's very nurturing, you're someone who's very giving, and it's just like you work very hard and you're very successful. You make your bread, but you don't eat your bread by yourself. You kind of like scatter your bread to like the people you care about, and not a lot of people can do that. And it's just like you're there to help a lot of people, and sometimes people misunderstand that. And so like it's very important to always remember these good things for like these self-reflection talks. And then you have the Ace of Wands in reverse coming in next to this Six of Wands. So I'm going to read the description for this. Hesitation or fear is keeping you from starting. The Ace of Wands reverse is telling you to let go of doubt and take one step. Progress happens through action, even if it's messy or imperfect. So, keywords here is definitely hesitation, fear of change. Maybe you have some doubts. Maybe you have some lack of motivation. And maybe like there is some missed opportunity that occurred here, right? But then I see this coming in, which is like a charging card, right? So like this is telling me like even though like you might be feeling like this, you're guaranteed to have some like victory of some sort, some success or achievement. So like if you're holding back on acting, don't, because you're actually like you're doing a disservice to yourself, Scorpio, when you hold back. When you charge in and you actually like pull yourself together and go, like you're gonna be very like successful and victorious in whatever you're doing. I'm getting that like, you're gonna make a lot of progress and you have like the leadership in you. You just have to go forward with it, right? And then here you have the Four of Pentacles coming in, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. A lot of Pentacles coming in, right? So basically, what I'm getting here is that you worked hard, but you're afraid of losing it all, and it's keeping you stuck, right? There's a part of you that's holding on to money because it's helping you like feel more like secure. You feel more safe, and it gives you more control. But it's also kind of limiting your growth. Like there's a part of you that needs to like let go just a little bit to create some space and like just trust in yourself. You're gonna have more abundance that's gonna come your way. And this could be like also like this is not always about money, even though it's a pentacle card. It could also talk about like how you are generally with people. Like maybe you hold back a lot about yourself. Like you don't open up that easily. You're very reserved because it helps you feel more like secure and in control. But like I think it's also advising you to just let loose a little bit and like try to have a little bit of trust in the world. I'm not sure if some of those Scorpios out there has been through a lot and they don't trust the world. That's why they need to like be this way. But like there's some good in the world too. And I think like tarot is basically saying like just chill out a bit because you're kind of like constrained. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles coming in reverse. So it's talking about like losing passion, and it's showing, right? Like it shows that like, there's a sense of feeling empty, and you're just gonna start wondering like why you even started. And there's a part of you that might be like admitting that you're gonna let go of some things. Like life's too short to stay in work that drains you. So like I'm not sure if some of you Scorpios aren't really happy with where you're working at, and like you're like kind of like mourning the current circumstances you're in. Like you're looking at other things, and I think there's a part of you that's kind of scared to like move on to other things. But like what tarot is basically saying is like you're capable of doing so much more than what you're doing now and being victorious. You're just like, basically the only one who's holding you back is you, not the place that you're currently in, whether it's your job or your circumstances or a relationship or even a situation with friends or family. Like, take it how it resonates, of course, but it's just like what I'm getting here is Scorpio, like you are very frustrated with miscommunications and you're feeling like stuck in place. There's people around you that are plotting against you and planning to like do some things against like basically stab you in the back. But like I think there's a part of you that is somewhat aware of that too to some extent, and you're trying to like figure out your next move. You're just kind of like in this transition period, but like this is a period where like it's really defining you, like how you think. There's a lot of self-reflection, there's a lot of negative like self-talk, and this might be something that you do often with that Wheel of Fortune where you kind of like repeat it, and it stops you from like making moves. And it's just like there's a part of this reading that's telling me like, Scorpio, like you don't really believe in yourself, but you should. You have a lot of good redeeming qualities that not a lot of people have, and they're like good qualities where you could be in a position of leadership. And so I think there's going to be a period in this month where you're going to mourn your circumstances because you're planning to leave it and do right by you, as you should. Like you guys have so much potential, and there's so many good things that can happen if you just go for it. So yeah, that was your reading, Scorpio, for the month of June. I hope that resonated, and if it did, I hope that it helps you in moving forward